Hey everyone! Wow, we're really close and personal for you today. Welcome everybody. I wasn't expecting this to be right there. I'm used to this shot. I clicked
There
the
we go.
wrong
That's
button.
better.
That's much better. You don't need to be that close to me. I don't need to be in your face like that. I'm sorry. But we've had just word of warning. We've had a little bumps here and there on our internet. We've had storms here in Memphis today. So my internet's running a little slow. So we'll see what happens. But of course, it's live.
Yeah.
Chad, how's it been out on your side of the country?
Rainy and wet.
Well, you're in Seattle. It's about every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, it's about every day.
kidding.
Getting old. Actually, this afternoon, it's really, it's almost too hot. So I almost had to turn my air conditioning on in here. So, but no,
I don't want to hear about
good.
hot in Seattle. Okay, I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, you experienced more hot in Seattle than anybody else, or hotter weather in Seattle than most people.
Yeah. So, but we got a great show for you tonight. But we're going to take care of the sponsors, and then we're going to reveal something that is behind. You're seeing little glimpses of it behind Chad's head there, but we're going to. Oh, there it is! Oh. Yep. So we're going to reveal how that actually works. Chad's got it ready for us, so we're going to see that, and then we're going to get into part 2 of the Fifth Element cache. So, but before we do that, of course, let's take care of our sponsor. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine write-in-the-rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today. Wow, it's so great seeing everybody on tonight. I'm just kind of scrolling through everything. We got GCDS XK11. Good evening from Medicine Hat. Houston, Texas, Dave. And yeah, they've had some really bad storms down in Texas. So keep many of those that are in your thought. Hugh from Canada. Gary evidently did not watch the geocaching safety one that Tom was pointing out here as well. Challenge. Gary, we warned you about those tree climbs. I'm just going to say it. Don't climb the tree or climbing the curb or however you did it. But just be careful. Then we got, let's see here, who else we got on here? We got Andrew Bell on the move. Let's build something awesome. Yeah, of course. Always. And then also we got the Pizza Ninja, howdy from beautiful Western New York on here. And let's see here. Burnt Turtles is on from Iowa. And DJW House is on. Rumba Cats, are you in Texas or are you in California? I don't know where you're at today. Anyway, so we got Rumba Cats on. Just Finding Our Way down in Arizona. Dave McDonald from Idaho. And let's see here. And I think, that may be all that I'm seeing right now, but what a great
Martin
group.
Jones.
Yep.
So nice to have people back. That was a Texas Challenge last week. Sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying at first. We were fixing the internet issue on my side. I have slow internet today too.
Yeah. So yeah, everything's crawling. Snail mail's coming. Geocaching met Team Snippets out from Holland. Awesome.
Wow. Well, welcome.
This is just really great seeing everybody on tonight, or morning or day. Cause I saw Darren's on here from Australia. On here as well, coming in from the Queensland. Of course, yeah, it's here. We're getting out in the U.S. we're in spring, so they're moving into fall. So that's how they're the opposite of us. So, but yeah. Anyway, so just welcome everybody for tonight. Really happy to see everybody on here. Paul's on here from Sacramento. So, and he Texas. Oh, Nell's from Maryland. I love seeing everybody checking in from where they're at. We love seeing where everybody's at, and we're just everything. Of course, Chad's in Seattle. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. So, been working really hard on a lot of stuff that's coming up here in Memphis, and can't reveal that.
Something going on
in Gary.
Memphis?
Not going to pull a Gary. I'm not going to spill the beans. Not going to do that. But we're working on a lot of different stuff. But one thing that we are going to spill the beans on, and that's right behind Chad right now. Chad,
yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Everybody, be sure, get ready. Get your phones ready. Get ready to record the sound of Chad screaming.
No, I'm not going to scream.
No,
I actually got whistles. I tried everything I could so not to scream.
No, you got to scream because you sound like Tanaka dying.
Well,
Come on.
It's not really screaming though. That's the problem.
No, you got to do it. You guys, okay, everybody in the chats. All right, put it. All right, we're gonna vote for this, Chad. Are you gonna scream, or are you gonna have to make another sound?
No, I'm not screaming.
Everybody in the chat.
Well, the problem is I can't scream, so it sounds like everybody was saying a Wookiee or something. Someone dying.
I know. That's why we got to do it. We got to do it.
Yeah. So
all right, it's all you.
So, anyways, the Scream cache is finally done. So I've had to do a few things. I actually have a couple other things I need to do to finish it before I put it out, but it's completed 100%, pretty much, and ready to go. This is how it will be in the wild. I'm going to have the light blinking all the time. So when you open the cache, light will just be blinking. And
uh-oh, Chad, I think you're breaking up. There it is.
Was that me?
Yeah, that was you. You kind of broke up. You kind of froze. The piece of news is asking, did Chad build a robot that screams for
him? Did I freeze there for a minute or drop out?
Yeah, you did. You did. Bell's screaming for you, going, ah. Oh, GCD SK11 says Chad has to scream or I'll unsubscribe. So, and Gary said you got to scream, Chad. Well, he may not be able to scream if he's not there.
I can't hear you, Derek. You're frozen. I think it's probably me because my screen keeps going in and out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Chad's all right. So Chad's jumping in and out. We hear him back and forth. So we're gonna try and get this fixed. Like I said, we've had some internet issues.
Give me a minute here to try something.
All right, I can hear you. So all right. So while Chad's getting that ready, let's talk about some other stuff that might be going on. So we've been working on the. I'm gonna watch you in the background there, Chad. All right. So we've been working on the Scream canister, and we've been looking at a lot of different stuff. So last week we took the plastic Fifth Element elements here that were plastic that were 3D printed, and Chad went through and showed us how to make these into stone. From where he came back through with his really cool Dremel. That was foot powered, a variable. And to let everybody know, yes, I got one this last week. It came in, ordered it pretty much right after the show. So now I have my own variable foot Dremel as well. I see Chad's back in down below, down here. Welcome back, Chad.
Sorry, you know what? I was on Wi-Fi and I forgot I unplugged my internet from my computer. So I went. I said on here, my signal was bad, and I'm like, "What? I'm plugged in." I guess I wasn't. So hopefully this should be much better.
So we're back. All right. So
yes.
So that's what we were doing last week. So just kind of give them kind of a background on that while you were getting all that fixed up. But yeah, got the variable Dremel, played with it a little bit on mine, just kind of cleaning up some of this stuff. Absolutely love it. So I don't remember if it was I think it was GCX SK11, and I probably just completely butchered your name. GCD SK11. I got part of it. Said, yeah, I would absolutely love the variable Dremel. Yes, even though I used my other one for something else today. But But yeah, so all right, Chad.
Okay.
Everybody's voting for you to scream. So
I'm reading the comments just now. So anyway,
right.
yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I like what Rumacat said. It's the Sasquatch thing.
The scream.
Is the reason for that.
I know. I saw it. Chad
Okay, so
for the reason for the Northwest Sasquatch legend.
So here's a scream container. And then so when it's on, I don't know where you guys heard, so I'll just start over. The light will be blinking all the time when you open the cache, and it'll be ready to go. So you just need to scream into it. And let me mute it. And
mute
anyway,
what are you muting?
Mute so you guys can't hear me. No,
no, we're not doing that.
Anyway, I think I could blow into it actually. Okay, so when you scream or blow into it, the light will go
cheating.
up. And,
cheating. You gotta scream.
Okay, and as it goes up, you'll see. So I'll scream in a minute. It'll go up, and then it will slowly start to degrade if you stop screaming. So every few seconds, you'll hear it beep. I don't know if you can hear it beep.
Yeah, I heard
it will go down. So if you don't keep screaming, that's what happens. But okay,
here we go. Everybody, hit record. Hit record. Here we go.
I don't want to do that. Okay, ready? What's going on?
Our ratings are going up, Chad. Scream.
Yeah, right.
Scream.
This is terrible. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. So it's all the way up. It's all the way up now. And it'll go off, and then you'll see the door pop open here in a second. So the door pops open, and it goes all the way down and resets. I don't have the logbook inside yet, but other than that, it's ready to go. And now we can put this thing to bed.
All right. So the next podcast, I hope there's going to be some challenges. And one of those challenges, if we set certain amounts, Chad's got to scream.
No. See, I agree with Chad on here that it's a sad excuse for a scream.
I'm laughing so hard.
I tried to scream. I can't scream.
But hey, okay. I'm glad it's even though you can't scream, that just turned out really awesome. I absolutely love that. It turned out really great, and everybody's sorry, I read through the comments. But yeah, the Tricache is that is a sad excuse for a scream.
I agree.
GC,
I don't want to do it.
SK11, hallelujah. I stay subscribed. Oh man, the price of admission right there. That was awesome from Dave Wagner. Pizza Ninja, that is cool.
Yeah. And thanks to Dave. Obviously, Dave does the hard part of it. I just build it. That's the easy part for me. So, yeah, this will be out here around this area here soon. I might either go live and put it out live or something. We'll post it either way. Maybe do a video and show it on the show.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be really fun. Okay, so
okay,
man, I needed that tonight.
You're pretty red.
Okay, I was literally laughing, and my tears are rolling down my face. Okay.
Cool. So what are we doing now? Nothing. What did you go over? Did you show them about the Dremel?
I showed them my Dremel that I got, and
that's a great alternative.
I didn't get the same Dremel that Chad got. Mine is actually for us more economic people.
I would have gotten it too.
Only about $80. It's a variable Dremel, so it's I will pull it up and I'll actually drop the chat in there. But it's actually so far it seems really well, and it came with a whole bunch of tips. I mean, a whole bunch of tips. So yeah, I'm gonna put that.
That's almost worth it there with just the cost of tips.
Actually, the tips. I mean,
yeah.
Where is it at? Oh, I'm looking for they're over here. Because I had it out, but I mean, it came with a box, and it is slam full of cutters and tips and diamond blades and a whole bunch of different stuff. Just this. is worth about $80. It can be worth about $80 of Dremel stuff. So, but yeah, that was a really great find. So I'm loving it so far. Can't wait to do some more stuff with it. And there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be coming up that you're gonna start seeing on some things. So, but yeah, so that's what this Chad was going back through last week as on his was run the variable through their Dremel and was kind of cleaning up all the different places here and making it look a little bit rougher to make it look more like stone. And then went back through and did all the painting, and it really looks phenomenal, Chad. I really do think it looks really great.
Oh, thank
really
you.
Great, and I think it looks. When you turn plastic into stone,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's
tonight we're gonna do wood. So, so I came up with a base right here. So this is the base to match it. I don't like the black on this one because I actually did not go with the transparent black or translucent. I went with a pure black, and it doesn't look as good. It's too much black in there. But if you can see it, it actually is engraved just like the blocks as well. So it actually kind of matches the blocks if you stick the blocks on them. So we'll be making this tonight. So I made a double base, and I'll have 2 bases there. I almost made 4 in a row, but I'm not sure how I want to mount it. So I'm doing 2 and 2 with mine. And so they're going to use a reed switch. You line them in the correct order in the right spot, and the reed switch will activate. I have activating the latch, but you can have activate LEDs, or you can have activate one of the voice modules that would give you a code, give someone a code, anything like that. So we will start with that. And I sent you a link earlier, Derek. I don't know if you saw it for the reed switches that I'm using.
Yes, I did see it, but I have not dropped that in. I'll pull those real quick. But I did see the link. Yes, I got to pull the link for the other one. So yeah, I did see those. So you're using the plastic reed switches on this one?
Yes. I like the plastic. I have glass as well, and I can show them. But I've had the glass ones break on me several times.
Right. Now I've had, depending on the magnet that you're using, I've had the plastic ones actually fuse on myself too. So there's always a risk when you're using a reed switch, what can happen with it. So, and for those that don't know if it is an always open reed switch, I'm going to show with my hands. An always open reed switch is as it states, open. So when the magnet contacts, it comes together and completes that circuit. Whereas if it's a closed one, it's closed like this, and when the magnet comes in contact, it opens. So it's depending on what you want it to do. So if you want it closed, like one way that you could use for a door, so when you open up a door, maybe it lights up, or it activates the cache, or whatever you want it to do. You would have an open one when the magnet's to it, and then when the magnet moves away, it closes it. Yeah, so it closes it. So it would actually activate that circuit itself and does that. So that's a real basic way of how our reed switch works. It's like this.
Right. So yeah, if you want the light on, it's normally closed. If you want it off, it's normally open. So if you think about wires touching each other, if it's open, the wires aren't touching each other, so nothing will happen. If it's closed, they're touching each other. So however you want to figure it out. I mean, everybody remembers stuff their own way. So but anyway, yeah. So there we go. So I real quick made this obviously on a laser cutter. I used some scrap wood because this is a big sheet of 1/8 inch that I had that was scrap, and I thought, actually this old paint on here kind of creates a texture, so and you'll never see it, so I thought, why not use some old scrap wood?
It looks good.
So it's cut in several pieces. This is the area here that is going to fit the stones. They have your bottom piece underneath, and then you got your sides. So we're going to start this here by gluing it. Let me scoot over a little bit better. So we're going to start here with this piece and start gluing this together. So we're going to glue the ends, the 2 sides, and the back edge on of this. So what I'm using today is this Instant Bond. It's the best way to see it. Glue medium. So you have medium and you have gel. You have all kinds. And then you have thin. So thin is runny. Medium will kind of creates a puddle, and then we'll run. And then gel is like a gel. It's really, really thick stuff. So, and the thinner it is, the quicker it sets, but it just runs and gets everywhere too. So, I have a really bad tip on this actually. But I use this stuff here a lot. Let me see if I can just get that old glue off of there. There we go. So, I'm going to start here on this corner here,
Okay.
or this edge, and just put a little bit of glue. One thing about this glue is it can be messy. So, but I don't know how you do this with gloves on.
My fingers would be stuck to it if I had gloves on.
Yeah, I still with the glue. So I'm going to line up the outside edge. And this stuff takes about 20 seconds to dry or so.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. And then I have an accelerator here that actually will accelerate the glue and make it dry really fast as well.
Okay.
So I'm just using this here to kind of make sure it's even in the front.
Right.
And then I'm going to do the next side here. Now I do all this on my silicone pad because the glue will dry real hard, and the silicone, you just bend it and it will pop off.
It pops it right back off.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the same pad as well. So, and I completely agree.
It's an electronics pad, but I use it for everything. So same thing here on the sides. Sometimes I have this board here, stuck to my finger, that I use to, if I really need to have the edge perfect and lined up. I have another board here that I use for that because then I could push it against the board and everything will be even on the end. But tonight I'm going to do it this way.
So which type bond are you using? Which one was it? It was the clear liquid, right?
It's the wood adhesive.
Wood adhesive?
Medium. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Translucent?
So yeah.
Is that the translucent one?
Yeah. It's just like super glue.
Okay.
So now that I get this point on, I'm going to actually go ahead and glue the bottom piece here on, and I'm going to glue it backwards so that the bare wood is against each other.
Okay. And I've been as those that are watching and are on here live, I've been dropping in the different items that Chad's been using, and then of course my Dremel tool, the tight bond that Chad was using, and also I haven't dropped in the reed switches yet, but yeah, we'll
go over reed switches here in a minute.
But I have those ready to drop in, so we got them ready.
So I put this in now because now it's a lot easier. If I have the two corners, I can push it into that corner, and now everything should be easy to line up.
Okay.
And then you're not trying to shove a piece down in between and knocking all the boards out. So last one here, and what I like about having this board here is I'll actually put the glue in the corner of it here, in the bend.
Right.
Get a lot more area to adhere to.
So in it.
Yeah.
So just in case if you're watching this and you go, well, I don't have a laser cutter. Well, you can simply just use a jigsaw, use a saw, a table saw, whatever type of saw you want to do, and just cut the wood up really thin. This is only it's 1/4 inch, right? That's what you said?
It's 1/8 inch.
1/8 inch. So yeah, it's really, really easy to cut. You can cut it with about anything. If you cut it with a handsaw, you can cut it with a Dremel. Yeah. It's
honestly, it can all be cut on a table saw easy enough. But the hardest part are these. But if you have a jigsaw and a drill bit, you can cut these. And honestly, if it's not even, then it's going to look more like stone.
Right.
So, maybe doing it on a laser actually makes it look too perfect. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm lazy. I don't want to get all the different tools out.
So, I know. I understand.
So Now what I'm going to do is just to make sure everything in here is good, is all adhered real well. I'm just going to run, especially the corners. I'm just going to put some glue on the corners here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the accelerator on it and have it harden up instantly, and then the corners will be good. So the accelerator right here, you just spray on it.
It's putting the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, and if you see it, yeah, I mean it's dry now. I don't know if you can see it. It's dull. You probably can't on the camera, but it's dry. That stuff, it's amazing how quick that makes it set. So,
wow.
Anyways, there it is.
Here,
So
I got a saw. I gotta go get it real quick. But I got a saw that you could probably cut that really well with. Hold on, it's over here on my shelf. Because Tom said, "How about a Ginsu knife?" Well,
Yeah.
this is about the closest I have to it. And this thing is sharp, and it will. I
might
could
be a
cut
little
that
big.
thing and nothing flat.
Yeah, I've cut some knuckles with those things.
Yeah,
they don't feel good. They're sharp.
No. They are sharp, and I've used it a few times, and I really like this saw. This is a Christmas present this year, so it will cut something nice and flush. So
yeah. Okay,
Andrew, there's a saw that you can get that'll do some really cool stuff besides your jigsaw. So.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to making it look more like stone. So actually, before I do that, I don't know if I can show the video. I tried to upload it. Where's my thing? So I take it over to the sander, and I sand this thing.
Yeah, Japanese pull saw or box saw. That's what this. Yeah, that's what it is. So this one is actually it's a suit. I'm gonna butcher this so bad. Suzan, Suizan. That's about as bad as me trying to say that. It's about as bad as Chad trying to roar. Suzanne Japanese pull saw. So yeah, this is really cool. I love. It's really neat how these cut so flush. Hey, there's the video.
Yeah, look at that. I was able to make it work. I took the saw. So if you notice on here, let me go back to
With the build cam.
Yeah, the build cam there. The edges aren't exactly 100% perfect on it, and I don't want that overlapping look, so it looks like wood, right? So it looks like it has a top inside. So I want it to be flat. So we can go back to that video. So now I just take it over to the sander, and I'm going to sand it all smooth. Now we might need to turn the volume down. I don't know. See if I got it. I think I have it off. So if you see the edges there, all I'm going to do is run it flat on there until the edges are gone. Now you can fill these as well. So if you have that little gap in there, you can fill it with wood filler as well. But remember, when we do the texture, it fills in those really well. So unless you have a big gap, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Okay.
So I'm going around getting all four edges of it, or all four sides, and making sure everything looks good and is nice and smooth on there. And I think I pretty much have it. Now you can use a regular sander, piece of sandpaper, whatever you want. I just happen to have this. It makes it a lot faster.
Yeah, I have a disc sander, and that I used it today on a project. So yeah, that's really great. GCDSK11 says, I always thought Chad's pad was plastic. Silicone, great work surface.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, no, it is silicone. So.
And I have one over there which got sawdust on it right now. But
this gets all kinds of stuff on it, as you're going to see here in a minute. So now we're going to make it look like wood. So we're going to go back to our good old handy Dremel here. And we're going to go ahead and scribe the sides and make it, kind of look hopefully more like stone. So I'm going to start on the edges here. And I'm going to go down every edge, and then I'm going to adjust my depth of it just to see if we can focus there. just to kind of get rid of those sharp edges. Yeah, it's not even, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go just like that on the sides, and you'll see how it comes out. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the screen and this at the same time. I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I was reading the comment, and I'm pulling for those that are wanting the link for it. I am pulling the Japanese pull saw link right now. That I have, and I'm also going to pull the link as well for the mat, the silicone mat that you're using as well.
Oh, okay.
So those are different ones that people are really liking. So we're going to have all those links will be in the chat, but they're also going to be at the end of the show. I will be dropping them into the description on YouTube. So those that are watching at a later date, you can check in the description, and they're down in there as well. And these are all affiliate links. And I'm going to mute you for a second, Chad.
Oh, now I'm done.
Okay, now you're done. Okay. All right. So these are all affiliate links through Amazon. So anything that you get on this, you sorry for Tom Squirrel, will be helps out the channel. Tom says sounds like the dentist
It does.
drill. It does.
It does.
And when I actually got mine, I kind of scared Curtis with it. He goes, I go, "What's this for?" He goes, "Well, I'm going to practice as being a dentist, and you're my subject." And so he took off inside. But so yeah,
Nice.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is make the grooves that are in here in the wood. So, and there's no special way to do it. There's no design. I don't even think you could mess it up. So I'm just going to turn my Dremel on, and then you can mute it or turn it down if you want, Derek.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of make strange designs on here. So
yeah,
and you can
just kind of Bell says makes my teeth were hurting.
Yeah, so if you look at it, I'm just making some strange designs, and then I'm going to go back and make sure I get them. You can make them different depths. So I can go back and make it a little bit deeper if I want. I can make it go over the edge.
Right.
Easier to do it this way.
Okay, I'm going to have to turn that one off.
Yep, you can. That's fine. Well, we don't have to do it much more. So
okay,
all the way around as much as you want. I have one here I did earlier. Now this looks a little funny because I did something else to it, but this is one I did earlier, a single, as well. So the reason why it has a bunch of holes in it is I vacuum formed it because I was thinking of Doug. Doug loves to mold, and I was thinking, well, you could cast these, and you can actually have these as a solid piece.
Right.
So I went through and I cast them in my heat mold, or in my heat. And so you could actually just fill it in with resin, and you'll have a full cast. So you can see all the lines that are in there. The reason why you do holes is so it actually has a vacuum to suck those lines down, but you don't really see them too much. Anything you do see, it's just typically here, you can always sand off later after the mold. So, but anyways, I was thinking of Doug on this and thinking, hey, you could absolutely mold it and make it. I did several different ones, testing different materials. So anyway, so you could actually get resin, mold it, and have a solid piece of block. It wouldn't have to be wood, and it would last in the elements as well.
That's really cool. I love that.
So,
and you're gonna have to now. That's gonna be another show that we got to get to do. You're gonna have to show us your
vacuum forming.
And do some vacuum forming too. So
yeah. Doug Roomba Cats was saying that he was singing that the whole time. I should send him some vacuum forms of it so he can mess with it.
Yeah, maybe you hold those for a ransom for a Jumanji.
I'm not bringing that up. Anyway, so next I'll just use this one here actually since we have it. No, I'll use this one. So what we're going to do now is add the reed switches to them. So what I
And
have
those reed
here
switches are
is,
going into the chat right now.
oh yes. So actually let's talk about reed switches real quick. So what I used on these ones here are the plastic reed switches that you see here, and that's in the chat, or it should be in the link.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if that's very clear. Now you can go with glass ones as well that look like this.
But they're so fragile.
They do. They're fragile and they break easy enough. Or you could do some reed switches like this.
Right.
So these are easy enough. You would just glue these wherever you want, and you can actually drill a hole in the bottom of your block and put this. It won't matter if they can see it here, because they won't be able to see it if it's glued from the bottom side. They wouldn't be able to see where the other connection is. So, or you can go on the other side of this, which is what I end up doing on mine. So, what I'm going to do is put it in the block first, actually.
Okay.
So I made up some of these bases for these blocks here. And so what I'm going to decide is, this is the front. I'm just going to stick one in the front. So, and of course, you know what I don't have is my drill.
Of course. Well,
Trying to think of everything I can have.
Change the tip on your Dremel.
So I have.
Now, one thing is with these reed switches, remember, there's one end's not a positive and one's not a negative. It's a constant flow. So you don't have to worry about that. You can put it to a positive or you can put it to a negative. It doesn't really matter because all you're doing is connecting the circuit. Whatever the battery power is coming through, it's gonna do that. So
it's either open or closed.
Right. And like I said before, if those that are just joining, the way a reed switch works, if it's an open always, it's like this. And then when the magnet comes in contact with it, it closes. If it's a closed always, it's like this. And when the magnet comes in contact, it separates. So open circuit, closed circuit. So it just depends on how you're wanting that magnet to activate that reed switch. And so when you're ordering the reed switches, make sure you're getting the correct one, or just order both of them. So I've got both of them, different ones. I've had the plastic ones. I've used those. And then I've got several other different types of reed switches depending on what I'm doing. And then I've also gotten reed switches that I can change it the way I connect the wires, if it's an open or a closed. So just depending on what you're wanting to do. I like reed switches. I like magnets. They're fun.
Okay. So I have this little magnet here that I am going to put inside the front of this.
Of course, everybody's sitting here cringing, watching Chad drill into a silicone mat.
No, I didn't go through.
Oh, okay.
I have control over the pressure.
So Chad's placing the magnet into it. May need to open it up just a little bit more.
Yeah. I was trying to be too precise.
Bloody Cool says, oh, most of the chat is off on Amazon shopping. That's fine. They can come back. We've got more stuff. So, but yeah.
Okay. So I stuck
doesn't look like it.
Yeah. I stuck the magnet in here. I thought about using the 3D pen and going over the top of it with PLA. So then it won't come out. But you could do that. You could put glue in there. You can do whatever you want, tape, whatever. It's up to you. The other thing I thought about doing is filling this with sand. So these actually have some weight to them. I think having weight to them would be good. So, but I'm not doing that right now. That would be messy. So now I'm going to take this and just go ahead and place this in here. Now I would end up gluing it, but for tonight's purposes, I'm not. So we're on there nice and even. And now we just got to place the reed switch here where we want it to be. Now, go ahead.
Move it a little bit more into the mat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's in my view.
Well, yeah.
So
I can only see the camera.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny is the mat is moved a little bit. I was trying to place the mat in the middle of the build area. Huh?
if this was in 3D, the stone looks like it's jumping out at us.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Romacats just bought the mat.
Oh, nice.
Good deal.
Okay, so I ended up taking apart a cache I built a while ago for these reed switches because I was all out.
Oh.
So just recycling.
Yeah. Great.
What I use is hot glue. And I guess I'll actually, I wasn't planning on gluing the whole thing on the show.
Sorry. Reading the comment from Tom, says, Gadget Talk game night. Derek sends us out to Amazon to find tools, and we have to come back and with the part numbers and SKUs and costs.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in line, the switches, so they all have to be activated for the LEDs to come on, or a door to open, anything to happen. One thing I thought about doing, because if you stick it on there and you have a relay or a latch, it's going to stay on. So right. I thought would be kind of cool is to actually have in the middle, if you had 4 of these, have a button in the middle, a momentary switch.
Yes.
So they'd place them, put the momentary switch on, and once it popped, then they let go. The obviously it completes this, or the circuit isn't completed anymore, and it wouldn't wear anything out, burn anything out.
So to answer that right there, what you just did, I know my kids aren't watching right now, so I can say this, and I'll make sure I block this part out so they don't see his. My lockbox where I store their electronics is like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Switch, button latch to undo it. So yes, that works really great, because if you're using, because we're using the cabinet latch, correct? Their standard.
I'm not using the cabinet. I'm using just I just hooked this up just to show it open and close.
Okay. So, but a lot of those latches, it'll be activated and you can burn them out if that circuit is constantly running and it's open. It'll burn the cord.
This is the same way.
And that's why the momentary switch works really great. I have mine. I have the LED. My button has an LED on it, so it lights up. So I know it's activated, and then I can tap it, and it opens the door. So.
Okay, so let's see. I didn't plug my glue gun in first, so let me see if I have anything. Yeah.
Now, do you have your can of? Now, do you have the great tip that Tricache gave us that one time? Do you have your can of compressed air? Yes, you do. All right.
Never leave home without it.
Those that don't know this tip, you're going to want to see this in a second.
Yeah.
Tricache, don't spoil it in the chat, please.
So I also added a bottom to the one that's completed. It'll hole out the back. You can do whatever you want. I wouldn't recommend filling it in. I thought you could fill it in with like a resin or something. But then if your switch ever goes bad, then you're kind of in trouble.
Yes. I've had switches, like I said, I've had those switches go out on me.
Yeah, these switches aren't that expensive. So
for my kids to lock my kids out. But I gave myself a backup to get the stuff out. So
I just switched the temperature to high on the gun. So let's see. Give it another minute here. What else can we talk about? So I can show, I guess, how this one's working, how this one works.
Well, this is kind of funny. Joe Bryant said after last week's video, I made the Brant boys watch The Fifth Element.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
I watched it a few times over the last several weeks.
Dave says those can usually take a lot of current before failing. So, which is good. It is good. And how many volts are you running through it, Chad?
12.
12 volts.
This is a 12-volt latch. So let me just figure out my power situation here. I'll hook it up and then demonstrate. I stole all this from another thing, so it's not really that organized.
That's okay. I mean, so what you're telling us is that this one came off of the shelf of shame and got reused.
Well, remember that tube I did where you got to run the magnet up it?
Yes.
And the LEDs inside the cap? That's what it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I would never use again. ever. So I thought, well, I might as well take
Yeah,
it.
we did that one, and then I did a modification of that one.
Your modification was genius, actually, where you glued it to the tube, the
Glue
extra
it to
pipe,
another
and put it
pipe on
inside.
side, and then put the pipe
Yeah.
inside there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good modification. So, battery. Where'd my battery go? Here we go. So just a small 12-volt battery.
Sorry, that's just funny. Small 12-volt battery. It's like a brick. Anyway.
Well, that's a small 12-volt.
I know it is. I know. I understand. It's just funny.
Okay, so I don't know what order these are in, but you'll see the latch here. We'll probably go in and out. Hopefully. I had a 50-50 chance and I missed it.
There it is. I saw it.
There you go. So when they're in place, then it activates the latch. And once you take one out, if you had all four of them, once one is removed or one's not in the right order,
it pops back in.
Yeah, right,
pops
exactly.
It out or whatever. Yeah, locks in.
Yep. So that's what
really
we're going
cool.
for here.
Now, would you on the box itself or on where the stones go, would you have some type of element like symbol like they did in the movie?
I actually originally my thought was to have one here, the symbol that goes there, but then that's kind of cheating, or just put the name fire, right? Because then you got to go figure out what this means.
Right.
I think this is water.
I believe.
Or is this earth?
No, that's fire. That first. Well, hold on.
This is fire, isn't it?
Yes, that one's fire because it's coming up.
And this is earth. I think that's just flat.
Correct.
No, this is. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I need to watch a movie a couple more times.
Put it in the chat. Those that they're sitting screaming at us. That's this. Okay, so put it in the chat to tell us which one's which. I've got fire, and I think I have water printed or wind.
Yeah, and yours aren't 100% sized, right? You have a little bit smaller.
No. Mine are smaller. Mine,
which is perfect because
doing it
you don't need
a full size.
But yeah, you don't have to have it full size.
I think these are 75% instead of 100%.
And the nice thing about that is it's one piece instead of mine was done in two,
right?
As well. But you don't always have the room for a big piece like this in a cache. So going smaller is nice. You can do it at 50%.
I've even seen them about 2 inches, 3 inches tall.
The only issue with that is where you put your reed switch and your magnet.
Yeah,
at that point, you'd probably have to use an RFID that would have to read the tag on it. So
RFID or what's the and that you could do that with the sticker RFID.
Yeah, the RFID, not the tag, but the sticker, the little tiny round sticker.
Right.
So let's see if we're warmed up here. I think we are. So let's see, get rid of that. I don't remember where I put the magnet in that thing. I think the front, right?
It was in the front. Yes.
Okay. So and typically what I do, I don't know if this was the one I used, but I'll put the reed switch up here. I made one with a light on it, an LED and a 9-volt, just so I could place it and have the light turn on when I know it's activated, so it's in the right spot. Oops.
You need to slide it just a little bit.
Yep, there we go. So I could actually have it on the wire with a light, and I could actually move it to where until it lights up, and I know the magnet and the brick are in the same spot.
Right. Okay, Gary's saying earth, wind, and fire, but Gary, which ones are earth, wind, and fire? And you forgot water.
And water.
And then what's her name is the fifth element. So
yeah. So what I'm going to do here is just we'll say it goes right here.
Spoiler.
That's okay. This is real simple. This is not hard to do. Once you get it light up, I just put the glue on here, and then I use
Here's
the tip. Yep. Use some air, and you can cool it off. If you tip it upside down, it really cools it off. So you can see all that ice, and so that is on there. So anyways.
Sorry. GC DSK11 says great band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And then Tom says, yeah, he's thinking about the band. And Roma Cats, it's Lilu. Thank you, Roma Cats. Thank you, Doug. It's Lilu and Multipass. You gotta always say it like that. Multipass.
Yeah. I have a multipass around here somewhere.
I know you do. I've seen it. I love it.
Too much stuff. I actually was going to use the key at some point on here, but I don't know. Too much stuff. So you'd put the next reed switch in line with this one. So all 4 reed switches would be connected to this one wire, right? So you're positive or you're negative, whichever one you want to not have power to. And then that way they all have to be in the right order to close. So if one of them is open, it won't send power to the latch or LED, whatever you want. So they would all
you
just
wouldn't want them all in the same place either. You have one
no.
at the top, maybe
So
one
let
in the
me
middle.
see. So my thought on this was grab a Sharpie. Look at this big one. I figured since the container is big enough to get them away from each other, is to do them on the 2 corners, the back and the front. So that should be far enough away. So if you have 4 of them, that's how I would put mine in. Right. So they're far enough away. Using a smaller magnet, then it has to be more precise for it to turn on and off. If you use obviously a higher magnet or a more powerful magnet, it could be 2 inches from it and set it off. So
yeah, and of course we know there's going to be people that cheat. But
well, there's always a way to get around something, but the whole plan is to have fun and enjoy the experience. And if you want to cheat at it, then that's your own thing. As long as you don't break the cache, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is pretty much everything.
Yeah, putting those on there looks really great. I love that. I love the way using the sander, the reed switches, and how that works. And so that just kind of gives a really great idea for everybody that's wanting to do that. One of the things I'm going to remove the build cam for now. What I really like that idea of using these Fifth Element stones. We talked about this a long time ago, and then we kind of tabled it, and then we came back to it at the same time. I was like, "Hey, I just printed this." You're like, "I just printed mine too," and so and then we're like, "Well, let's go ahead and do a cache with it." And I just love how you're building this, how it's coming together. Looks really cool. I love the stone look of these on there. Rumacats is saying very clever way to encode the placement of the stones. So yeah, really great. I love that. So those that don't forget, if you are doing our challenge for this month, and they'll be for the first week of April, is when first Tuesday of April, when we'll actually reveal that. And I'm looking for my phone real quick, and I'll tell you the date that is. First Tuesday of April is April 5th. So the 5th of April is when we will do the reveal of the sci-fi inspired gadget / creative cache, how you want to do it. So if you are building one, send us an email to gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. Send it to us there. You can, of course, always tag us on Instagram at Gadget Talk Podcast, and we'd love to see that. So that way we can get you the link so that you can join us on the show for you to reveal. I am building one this month, so I'm really excited. Getting to play with some tools, getting to play with some new toys, and I'm building. You're going to see part of the builds on my channel itself, but the final reveal will be on Gadget Talk. So I'm not even telling you what sci-fi is inspiring, what show or whatever is inspiring my build itself until that night. So you don't want to miss that Gadget Talk on April 5th as we're doing the reveal of that. And so I'm really hoping that a lot of people will and do a sci-fi build. That'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So send us an email at gadgetpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that like button. Let us know, what did you think of these Fifth Element stones? Chad, next week, where are we moving from here?
I have no idea. Maybe I'll work on a sci-fi cache.
All right, so we're going to, okay.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I get home from work and I start thinking of something and start making it. So I try and plan ahead, but sometimes I don't have anything. I can see if I can find something in here I've started that haven't finished.
Well, kind of sci-fi, something kind of sci-fi is using it's on the nose of your pit droid, that one of those LEDs. the plasma LED like
Oh,
things.
the plasma disc.
So maybe we make something with that. That might be kind of cool.
Might be
Or
sci-fi-ish.
it
Yeah.
could be very sci-fi-ish. I could think of several sci-fi shows that fatted on there. Romacast is also saying, Doug is saying the nostalgia level on this cache is epic. And Pizza Ninja asks, is the cache going to be a gadget cache where with the 2 stones? So maybe they have to go and find a stone and bring it back. I don't know. The only problem I see with those a lot of times is those caches that don't put it back and they end up getting in their car and they drive away with it, and then your cache is done.
That may happen. Luckily, if they drive away with the stone, it's a couple dollars in material and then a switch or just a magnet. The time of making it kind of sucks, but honestly, after it's printed, it only takes me a few hours to get it all painted up. So, yeah, I mean, it is, but it isn't that big of an issue if someone does take it.
So Gary says a version of HAL. Jim Stark is maybe a Borg recharge station.
Yeah, I like the Borg recharge station. I like Borg stuff, but I need a bigger plasma disc for that. But yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, put Signal as a Borg.
Oh, you know what? Oh, that would be a great addition to the one in the Carbonite, actually. Oh man. Okay, Jim. Now you've really. Oh man. All right, time to go on Amazon.
It's gonna make him look like Locutus.
Locutus, yeah. Is that what it is?
Locutus? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Been watching Picard. The new seasons of Picard has been really good. Just finished up Discovery. This last season of Discovery, really good. I love sci-fi, so love Star Trek and Star Wars. Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming out
May 25th.
May 25th.
May 25th. And Picard, they actually are talking about the Borg actually right now. So, anyways, we're a bunch of geeks here.
So yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Last year we were actually on May the
4th.
Oh, it's May 3rd. But we can still celebrate. May 3rd. We can still celebrate. I think I'll be dressing up as something.
Yeah.
That one.
I like the idea of the Borg signal. I think I have a couple 2-foot signals left too. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So why don't we do that next week? That's sci-fi.
Oh boy. Okay. That's a lot of work this week. Sounds like fun.
Well, you don't have to finish it. Print up a Starship Enterprise is what Martin is saying. Tom says make one so that if they drive away, it sets off the stink bomb in their car.
It's like one of the Amazon packages.
Yeah, the Amazon package. That's great. So, all right, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this tonight. Hey,
I might have to bring this one to Cache Fest for people to mess with.
Give us a thumbs up. Sorry, Chad. I'm going to throw you under the bus on this one. I love that. Was hilarious. We are going to be using that. I'm going to make that sound and make it your ringtone on my phone or something.
I'll send you a better copy.
Okay, that's good. I'll pull it from the show. I'll do the combination from last week's and this, or a couple weeks ago, and this one. So, but all right, everyone. Don't forget, if you want to be part of that, the show on the 5th of April, send us an email at gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com if you're doing a sci-fi inspired cache, or you can always tag us at Gadget Talk Podcast on Instagram. I really would love to see what you guys are building. Been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us tonight. Anything else, Chad, before we jump off?
That's it. If you want to see some spoilers from a lot of the builds that come up, you can check out. I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram at the Bounce 8. So if you want to see some spoilers or just random things that I build that aren't geocaching related, that's where you'll typically find them.
Yep. So, all right. Well, great show, Chad, and I will catch everybody next week. Don't forget to check those links are in the description if you missed them in the chat. So check those out on there. So all right, everyone.
All right.
Good day.
Good night, everybody.
See you later.